The pineal gland could be the seat of the soul, or an organ that, once fully activated, could unlock a deeper understanding of our true nature. Considering the Fibonacci design of the pineal gland, it is possible that numerically perfect Fibonacci harmonics could activate this organ. The answer might not be on Earth, but rather the Earth itself. Our planet moves in ways that display observable patterns. It spins in a day, orbits the sun in a year, and experiences a gradual wobble known as the precession of the equinoxes, which takes 25,920 years to complete. Expanding our perspective with a newfound comprehension of the precision of the equinoxes, we return to the factor 9 grid and employ the fundamental 12s and 60s of Sumerian math. How and why was this specific system chosen? We can speculate and suggest various theories, or we can examine what the ancient Sumerians themselves documented about this remarkable moment in human knowledge advancement. Although it may not be what historians prefer, the Sumerians inscribed on clay tablets that they did not invent base 60 mathematics, but received this knowledge from beings not native to Earth. They described these visitors in great detail, noting that they either descended from celestial royalty or came from the sky. Archaeologists frequently dismiss these accounts as mere myths, but the Sumerians regarded these visitors as more than mythical gods. They believed that the Anunnaki, a race of exceptionally tall, human-like giants, lived among them and shared their knowledge for hundreds, perhaps thousands of years. Intriguingly, the Bible's Book of Numbers also includes an account of Moses' scouts encountering a giant race, the Anak, who made humans appear like grasshoppers in comparison. Did extraterrestrial beings genuinely contact us all those years ago? And if so, what was the real purpose of their visit? To address these questions, we must first delve into the realm of speculation, and then examine other evidence that may support or refute the sky visitor theory based on historical context. Essentially, we will be searching for coincidental clues that, when combined, either confirm or disprove the earliest records ever written. The Sumerian base geometry can be transformed into audio frequencies, and when the sum of angle totals from various basic geometric shapes, such as triangles and cubes, are played, different arrangements of a numerically perfect major chord are produced. This chord is revealed by a factor 9 grid that is built upon a tone vibrating at 432 cycles per second. It is worth noting that this keytone, used for tuning instruments, has fluctuated throughout the centuries, and the current international standard is 440 cycles per second. While it can be argued that any tuning system is as good as the next for musical purposes, since every instrument is tuned to the same tone, it is worth delving deeper into the numerical information revealed by the factor 9 grid. Interestingly, when tuning deviates from 432, the corresponding grid does not produce any intriguing numerical sequences. However, when we return to 432 and move up and down strictly by multiples of 9, a remarkable 14-tone matrix of synchronicity begins to emerge. On this unique grid, we find not only some, but all of the numbers representing every prime geometric shape. Upon further exploration, we discover numerous other numbers that appear in some of humanity's most profound religious texts, such as the 72 names of God in Kabbalah, 108 repetitions of mantras and mudras in Hinduism, 140 as a number sequence represented in the Great Pyramid of Giza, the number of days in a Mayan Baktun, and the 144,000 chosen ones described in the biblical book of Revelation. Notably, there is also 432, a number that mythologist Joseph Campbell encountered so frequently in his cultural studies that he dubbed it the most important mythological number in history. This factor 9 matrix invites further exploration and reflection. We must consider the significance of the 432 grid, which reveals numerous numerical coincidences. However, logic may hinder our ability to perceive a broader perspective, since any arbitrary unit of time can measure vibration cycles. One may argue that no unit is more or less accurate than others. We measure sound waves using the Sumerian second, which comprises 86,400 in a day. But we could use any other time interval. Therefore, some may claim that the coincidental number sequences disclosed by the Factor 9 grid are merely chosen data to support a predetermined theory. To delve deeper into this matter, we need to identify something non-arbitrary, such as a natural order or pattern that connects all of this information. However, where can we find it? If it exists on this planet, why haven't we discovered it already? Perhaps our viewpoint has been the issue. The answer might not be on Earth, but rather the Earth itself. Our planet moves in ways that display observable patterns. It spins in a day, orbits the sun in a year, and experiences a gradual wobble known as the precession of the equinoxes, which takes 25,920 years to complete. This phenomenon is the Earth's largest and slowest movement. If we observe celestial objects today, is it reasonable to assume that an intelligent being with a distant view of Earth would recognize its distinctive wobble? If this is the case, could it be possible that this same intelligence would offer us a means of communication, such as a mathematical system, that not only suggests their existence, but also reveals insights into their understanding of our planet? Expanding our perspective with a newfound comprehension of the precision of the equinoxes, we return to the Factor 9 grid and employ the fundamental 12s and 60s of Sumerian math. We experiment with the geometric and sacred text number sequences disclosed in the 432 matrix, and remarkably, the answer to all these equations is 25,920. Each of these numbers fits perfectly into 25,920 like gears in a precisely machined clock, revealing a non-arbitrary phenomenon, the physical wobble of our planet. We must realize that we are no longer discussing an arbitrary math system, but one that can be cross-checked with the Earth's physical movement. Furthermore, we must remember that this system was implemented long before our ancestors could have known what it would reveal. It was communicated in the only way possible, through the pure realm of mathematics. Essentially, it seems that we have been slowly unraveling significant information encoded in the 12 and 60-based math system, gradually recognizing that a message has been transmitting across the cosmos and into our collective consciousness for thousands of years. And what is this message? Harmony. When we play the numbers representing all primary geometric shapes together as frequencies, a three-tone, numerically perfect major chord emerges. This phenomenon is not to be taken lightly, as it demonstrates that nature, as revealed by mathematical patterns, is a force existing in literal harmony with itself. To further comprehend how harmonics are manifested in the workings of creation, we must continue exploring these fascinating connections. Let's examine the Fibonacci sequence, first introduced to the Western world by Leonardo Fibonacci in 1202. This numerical sequence is significant as it represents the spiraling growth pattern of various organic shapes, from seashells to entire galaxies, making it one of the most important mathematical algorithms ever discovered. You may be familiar with the sequence, which begins with 0, moves forward by 1, and continues by adding the previous 2 digits to arrive at the next in the sequence. To apply frequencies to this sequence, we cannot use single-digit vibrations per second, as they are inaudible to the human ear. Instead, we will begin the Fibonacci series with an audible sound wave. In this case, we will use the numeric value of a simple geometric shape, the triangle, with an angle sum total of 180. This is what a triangle sounds like. Starting again, we begin at 180, and adding 0 to 180 gives us another 180. Next, 180 plus 180 equals 360, which is an octave above the first tone and also the number representing the sum total of a circle or square. When we add 360 to the 180 before it, we arrive at 540, which is the sum total of a pentagon and a perfect harmonic fifth of our first tone. Then, adding 540 to 360 gives us 900, an octave up and the major third required to build a geometrically perfect major chord. Continuing one step higher, we reach 1440, represented in geometry as a star tetrahedron, or the shape known in ancient Jewish texts as a Merkava, providing another octave of our first tone. As we explore these fascinating connections, we reveal the harmony hidden within these mathematical patterns. Remarkably, when the Fibonacci sequence is applied to vibration cycles, the first 6 digits will always create a numerically perfect major chord. This suggests that harmony is the literal foundation of every Fibonacci series. Once again, we must recognize that we are not dealing with an arbitrary man-made system to reveal these harmonics. Rather, this is another instance of nature unveiling the harmonic essence of life to humanity through number sequences. To comprehend how the Fibonacci sequence discloses a spiral and the significant mathematical constant known as the golden ratio, we must consider spatial relationships. We begin with a square and assign a sonic frequency to the shape. As we follow the sequence, the combined length of any two previous squares determines the size of the next square, dictating not only the arc of the unfolding Fibonacci spiral, but also the tones required to construct another numerically perfect major chord. The golden ratio, which appears repeatedly in nature, geometry, classic architecture, and even human body design, can be computed by dividing one number in the sequence by the number preceding it. When carried out to the nearest hundredth, the golden ratio is approximately 1.61. This turns out to be a cosmically significant number in our search for coincidence and synchronicity. When we square 1.61 to the nearest thousandth, the answer is 2.59, the exact same number sequence as the precession of the equinoxes. To delve deeper into this idea that ancient sky visitors were not only aware of our signature wobble, but also the Fibonacci spiral and its relation to geometry and frequencies, we turn to one of the most famous Sumerian documents ever discovered, the King's List. The King's List, a clay document, chronicles the reigns of various rulers of the region, with the first 3 kings said to have ruled for impossibly long periods of time, 28,800, 36,000, and 43,200 years. Though there is no way to cross-reference this list with any other historical document due to cuneiform being the first written language, the numbers of years the kings reigned should look familiar, as they are sequences found on the factor 9 grid. Astonishingly, when played together as frequencies, they create the same numerically perfect major chord as revealed by the Fibonacci sequence. The existence of these perfect harmonic frequencies listed in this ancient document is irrational, predating humankind's understanding of vibration and frequency. These Sumerian murals and texts reveal an understanding of harmonics, geometry, and the mathematics of creation that defies logic. More incredibly, they appear to hint at a deep knowledge about us as well. An image shows a being holding what appears to be a pine cone or fruit, but upon closer inspection, it is actually the perfect representation of the pineal gland found at the center of the human brain. The pineal gland is the only organ in the human body containing the intricate pattern that displays the same swirling Fibonacci growth sequence as a pine cone and gets its name from the same root word. While conventional scientists are still confounded by this unique organ and its functions, it is clear that the Sumerians had an advanced understanding of not only mathematics, but also human anatomy, revealing a depth of knowledge that is still being uncovered today. We still have much to discover, It is widely believed that the pineal gland could be the seat of the soul, or an organ that, once fully activated, could unlock a deeper understanding of our true nature. Considering the Fibonacci design of the pineal gland, it is possible that numerically perfect Fibonacci harmonics could activate this organ. However, modern musical tuning may prevent us from experiencing these exact frequencies, and it is likely that very few people have ever heard or felt the effects of these precise harmonics. As we delve deeper into history, we discover more evidence suggesting that the people of ancient Sumeria were visited by beings more advanced than their culture at the time. The iconic image of two snakes winding around a winged staff, commonly used to represent the practice of human healing, conveys not only the undulating shape of frequency waves and the expanding spiral growth pattern of the Fibonacci sequence, but also the double helix design of our DNA. This symbol, known as the caduceus, first appeared alongside the Sumerian murals depicting the Anunnaki sky visitors. The self-checking matrix of interlocking information revealed through these ancient connections challenges our understanding of history and prompts us to reevaluate our beliefs about the origins of human knowledge and our place in the cosmos. As we continue to uncover advanced knowledge that our ancient ancestors could not possibly comprehend at the time, we gain new insights into the mysterious mechanics of life. This ongoing discovery invites us to broaden our perspectives and seek a deeper understanding of the world around us. To delve deeper into this topic, we must recognize the importance of the base 60 mathematical system and the arc depicted in the caduceus. When combined, these elements create a powerful tool, a 60-degree arc. Many people are familiar with sacred geometry, a pattern created by overlapping circles that has been found in various sacred sites worldwide. The most basic form of sacred geometry is the seed of life, which provides many numerical clues about the geometry of nature. However, how did we discover this pattern in the first place? Through reverse engineering, it is possible to deconstruct and recreate the pattern with circles, but what guides us to create it if we have never seen it before? It is the 60-degree arc, which contains all the necessary information to create this pattern. By starting with a curved line that represents 1/6 of a circle, we are led to create sacred geometry, regardless of where we begin. Could this fundamental shape be the true Ark of the Covenant, the Ark that the angels were named after, the Ark that saved humanity from the God's wrath? This shape has been used to represent the essence of creation in various cultures and religions, indicating its significance throughout history. The ongoing discovery of these ancient connections and the advanced knowledge they suggest continue to challenge our understanding of history and encourage us to reconsider our beliefs about human knowledge's origins and our place in the universe. Let us now explore the potential of the 60-degree arc beyond two-dimensional geometry and into the realm of 3- and 4-axis geometry. Although the triangle and the tetrahedron are well known as the most elemental flat shape and smallest solid, respectively, the arc suggests that there may be an even more fundamental geometric solid waiting to be discovered. By curving a straight line, duplicating it, and adding another arc in the third dimension, we can create a more organic shape that resembles a pulse of frequency, a leaf, a seed, or even the opening of an eye. This newly formed shape, known as the Trion ray, contains only 3 faces and 2 points, as opposed to a tetrahedron's 4 faces and 4 points. The Trion ray could represent a quantum leap forward in the study of spatial geometry, while also connecting us to a pivotal moment in our past when humanity made its greatest technological leap in history. As we contemplate the Trion ray, with each of its 3 phases locked in arcs of 60 degrees, we shift our attention to another significant number in the Sumerian counting system, 12. By taking 12 of these fluid shapes and radiating them out from a 0 point, recreate a structure that bears a striking resemblance to the structure of an atom when momentarily frozen in time. If we choose to connect the 12 outer points with straight lines, we arrive at the most elemental, perfectly balanced geometric solid, a shape that Buckminster Fuller referred to as the vector equilibrium, or the very geometry of creation. This exploration of the 60-degree arc and its potential connection to sacred geometry, trion rays, and the structure of atoms further underscores the profound wisdom that ancient civilizations may have possessed. The ongoing discovery of these ancient connections and the advanced knowledge they suggest continues to challenge our understanding of history and encourages us to reassess our beliefs about the origins of human knowledge and our place in the cosmos. Let's come back to the curved expression of the geometric structure and notice an interesting detail. The sum of all 36 arcs, each containing 60 degrees, equals 2,160, which is also the duration of an astrological age. If we multiply this value by the 12 external points of the structure, we obtain 25,920, the master number that reveals Earth's signature wobble. This structure, known as the Genesis structure, gives rise to the tube torus, an energetic pattern that many consider to be the driving force behind the creation of the universe. By tracing the expansion of this structure, we see a perfect representation of the first moments of cellular division and the unfolding mystery of sacred geometry in multiple dimensions. Considering the possibility that the Sumerians received knowledge from an advanced intelligence about the nature of our existence, we must ask ourselves, how would this intelligence judge us today? Have we used this information wisely? Have we realized that nature is an elegant system existing in literal harmony with itself, or have we lost our connection to it due to pride, ignorance, fear, and doubt? As beings with free will, we stand at a critical crossroad in our evolutionary story. We can continue on the paths of discord and destruction, or we can retune ourselves to the grand orchestra and participate in the ongoing symphony of creation. This choice is more crucial now than at any other time in history, and we are alive in this moment to influence the outcome. All life in all its dimensions is waiting to see what happens from here.